You think we're gonna beat all these games?
Nope.
Backlog boys.
No, probably not. What's up?
Hey, welcome back. Hey, Vaughn.
Yeah, so what's cracking?
Oh, man. Not much.
No?
You know, yesterday we were talking about bad movies
We were.
versus mediocre movies.
Yes.
And we came up with some stuff.
We did.
Why don't you go ahead, Vaughn?
Oh, you want me to go first?
Okay, Charms is dead.
There she goes. Oops. The loops.
Yep.
So,
When there's an oops, switch to loops.
I mean, so we discovered a problem with a lot of these movies is that they're so mediocre that they're forgettable. So you
Yeah.
can't, it's really hard to think of an example. It feels like. But I think...
But even still,
we came up with
managed
a couple.
to.
We did. Austin's got one, I got one.
Yeah.
Well, I got a couple, I guess. But, it's actually... Okay, here's one. I don't know if anyone's seen this because it's pretty obscure. But there's a Robin Hood movie with Russell Crowe of all people.
Oh, I do
remember this?
I remember that it existed. I
Yeah.
don't know if I ever saw it.
And okay, that's like my kind of movie, right? Any sort of medieval historical
Fantasy,
fiction or
yeah.
fantasy kind of thing is that's perfect for me. So I saw it because I had to. And,
You had to?
Well,
Oh, because
out
of because it fits the bill.
Yeah.
You weren't actually forced to watch it.
no, I wasn't. Kind of like this. I'm not in
I
prison.
thought you were gonna say there was
in
like
B-Boys HQ.
a school assignment or
I
something.
choose. But
times two.
it's just, it kind of comes close to being okay in a lot of categories, but then in the rest, but it always comes short in every single aspect, and it's just
Okay.
not good. Or I shouldn't say it's not good. It's close to being good, but it falls short so many times where you can see so many areas where it could have been better, and it just doesn't it doesn't do it. That's a good example. But I think a better example most people can relate to is clearly the prequels.
Star Wars prequels?
Yeah, there's good stuff in them, but it comes short so many times with just
Yeah, I guess that is.
sloppy dialogue.
Yeah.
Horrible. Just there's some horrible aspects to it, but
Ooh.
and where it's to the point where it's frustrating to watch, at least for me sometimes.
Oh, absolutely.
But
Yeah,
still will
it's not.
watch it.
It's not bad enough to
you're,
make
rooting
you
for it.
to make you happy.
You're rooting for it. You're come on,
Yeah, it's
Get
just
good.
it's just bad enough to be
GIT,
unenjoyable.
GUD.
Get good.
But oh great, a weapon.
Oh, hey,
Whoa,
howdy,
these guys.
How you doing, guys?
They were about to jump you.
And then an example of a movie that's so bad
For Austin.
but not good for me would be the Fast and the Furious films. Some people love those films, and I just don't get it. I'm not into fast cars. I don't subscribe to that. I don't know. I don't understand it. And that's fine. I don't think you're less of a person for enjoying fast cars. But those movies, they're so campy. And I guess if you're into that sort of thing, maybe that
Campy? What is it? I've heard that before, but I don't know.
it's
exactly
just
what it means.
really cheesy and kind of self-aware. That was weird. But it's just I don't like very many of those actors. And I don't.
You're not a fan of Vin Diesel?
No. God, he's the worst. He's so bad. I've hated him ever since I saw the first Triple X trailer.
That's what he sounds like.
Wow, Vaughn Diesel
voice.
over here.
Yeah, Vaughn Diesel. That's me.
Great impersonation, buddy. But yeah, that would be a good example for me of a movie that's that I think is bad
And unwatchable.
but also unwatchable.
I would classify it would be watchable for me.
Not like Outland.
What's Outland?
We should watch Outland sometime.
is it bad?
It is
It's really,
it is
really
a
bad?
really bad movie that is awesome to watch.
Okay.
Because it's the 80s and Sean Connery is kind of old and he is a police officer on the planet Jupiter. Yep.
It already sounds amazing.
It is amazing.
Holy shit.
It was a Goodwill find that Bracky and I picked up back in the VHS days, and it was one that we were lucky enough to end up watching, and it was amazing, so good. There's actually some cool stuff in it where you're wow, this is kind of neat actually, and you forget that it's a bad movie for a second, and then something else happens and you're like, oh my god, this movie is dog shit. But all in all, it was extremely enjoyable to watch because Sean Connery and 80s and space.
Sean Connery. You always have to like put your mouth to the side when you.
Yes.
You have to put your way off to the side so you sound just like Sean Connery.
I guess.
I push like this awesome. Look over here.
You look very special, Vaughn. Oh, dang it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Has anyone ever told you that you look really special, Vaughn?
Once or twice.
Yeah. Like besides your
Might
family?
have both times been you, possibly.
Whoa. Now I feel special.
Do you?
Yeah.
Dude, you are.
I mean, I always kind of feel special.
Oh, good.
Just depends on what kind of special. Sometimes I feel good special. Sometimes I feel bad special.
You know, for anyone who likes medieval movies,
Sometimes
compare.
I feel down special.
Compare that Robin Hood, Russell Crowe movie.
Hashtag smash
Just
four.
like.
What about Russell Crowe?
Compare that that low budget movie with a famous actor.
It can't be that low budget.
It was probably pretty low budget. To like Black Death with Sean Bean, and you'll see one of them has a lot of heart, and the other one
Black
just
Death?
falls short. Yeah, with Sean Bean.
And it's a good movie?
Yeah, I thought it was great
Does he die at the end or at the beginning?
at the end, close to the end.
Okay.
But
Spoilers.
It's a pretty dark movie. It's crazy.
Well, with a name like Black Death, I would be expecting...
It's about the,
It's a slapstick.
the bubonic plague.
Yeah,
Yeah, that famous thing that wiped out like
I've heard of it.
25% of the planet.
Speaking of that, I went to the Renaissance Festival
Oh, how was it?
a while back. It was very muddy.
Was it? Did it just rain?
It was right after that huge rainstorm with all the flooding and stuff. It was a couple days after that,
Okay.
and we knew what we were getting into, but we were like, well, this is the day that we have to go, so let's go. And Liz and I were fine.
Was it with your dad?
Yeah, my
Okay, it
dad,
was with your
that was the first day that my dad was here. And so Liz and I were prepared, we had our get muddy shoes on.
Your booties.
But my dad did not bring like crappy shoes.
I see.
He only brought like, nice shoes. So I felt really bad because he had this like brand new pair of shoes and we're like sloughing through the mud. But it was funny because it was like overcast and kind of like misty all day.
Okay.
And kind of chilly, and the ground was super muddy, so it actually kind of like increased the atmosphere because it felt like we were in like shitty old United Kingdom, and everything was just mud and rain.
Okay.
So it was kind of funny.
Fit the atmosphere
in that way. Yeah, we kept like realizing that as we were there that day, but it was cool. That place is huge.
It is big.
I had never been before.
Oh, this is your first time?
Yeah, that was my first time going to the to the Minnesota one.
Okay.
I had always gone to the one in my hometown, and I used to always go with my dad, so that's why that was kind of cool.
Okay.
And yeah, I had been wanting to go to the Minnesota one for years to see how it compared, because the one in my hometown is so awesome. But this one is definitely bigger.
Is it?
It is considerably bigger.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's huge. That place is massive.
How did it compare then?
I mean, it has a lot of the same stuff, for sure.
Like the mock jousting kind of thing?
Yeah, and people walking around selling stuff, saying really hilarious things, and
the hecklers that just kind of...
yeah. we
kind of
weren't
jump on people
there
as
long enough, unfortunately, because it started like actually raining.
Oh.
And we had other stuff to do that day, so we were probably only there for like 3 or 4 hours or so, versus like a full day.
Okay.
So we kind of had to like skim.
I see.
We didn't see any of like the stage performances really, or anything like that. We didn't get to see a lot of music or anything like that. So it's kind of a meager viewing.
A word I know from video games.
That's really not the right way to say that, but
I get your meaning.
it was scant.
Scant. Because it can't scant.
Gull, you're dead.
Bye-bye. Hey, came back. Come
Just
here.
gotta interrupt that moaf.
Boom.
That bat has a lot of HP, man.
Yeah. compared to the bats in, level uno.
Season 1.
Yeah.
Season 2. Were there bats in season 2?
Maybe. That was the Wise Owl Forest.
Yeah, dude.
There might have been.
I feel like there was bats, but maybe not. Maybe there was just other things poisoning us.
Could have been.
We said a while back that the cave bats were the reasons why we had the anti-poison amulet, but let's not
true?
forget. Well, it's part of the reason, but let's not forget how many things gave us poison in season 2.
Pretty much like
That was just
half.
awful.
Yeah.
All right, what are we throwing away here? Bomb?
Oh yeah.
Or
Bomb's pretty important though.
is there anything we can use?
like a last resort.
Let's just use this water. Now that we have the steal ability, our inventory is full
was that
all
a fish?
the time.
Do we have a fish?
Yeah, that'll be the thing that we throw
Upgrade a
away
bomb.
because it's worth 1.
It's worth 1. It sells for 1.
It sells for 1 gilda.
What was that guy attacking?
I don't know. Hey, bag's full. Yeah, now that we have the steal ability, we just are constantly getting items. It's nice because we're getting like repair powders and premium chickens that we
we can
normally
use.
have to buy, and then we're getting
Things like that.
things like that we can just sell. Pretty nice.
Net positive,
Oh, here's this guy.
Oh, he poisoned us and
Season 3. Yeah, he's the poison guy in season 3.
was that the ship?
Yeah.
The ship.
You act like it's so long ago, Vaughn. You don't
It's a big
remember?
ship.
Oh, we don't have the key. We ain't got the key yet.
Oops.
Did you ever have a friend who like did that a lot, where they'd be like that was like a thing that they did?
Oh, to like close out sentences and stuff. He did 150.
Yeah, dude, he's a whacker.
Woo.
Let's eat some bird.
But like, you're talking about someone who would close sentences with that, or like
Just somebody who used it like really often, like often enough for you to, often enough for you to notice and like
and be aware
and like
know
not
them for that.
and like not like it.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean, there's other mannerisms like that too
I had
that kind of get on you.
one childhood friend, like probably my most long-running memorable childhood friend. He didn't do it the whole time that I knew him, but he had like a short phase where like he thought that was really cool. Like it made him seem like older or like more attractive to girls or like more confident or something. I don't know.
All delusions.
Jesus. Yeah, definitely not true, guys. But we were like 12, so I don't know. And yeah, there was I just remember like him doing that and just thinking he was so cool when he did it, and everyone just being like, and just like kind of like cringing, and him just being like,
Put the chicken on the sword.
just so much bravado. Chicken on the sword.
Yeah,
That sounds like something at the Renaissance Festival,
it does.
like a chicken skewer. They usually call it steak on a steak, where they have like a little piece of skirt steak
Yes.
on a piece of wood. I did have a turkey leg that was fantastic.
They are really good there.
Oh,
Oh,
too late.
all right. Use another one.
Yes, I did.
But that's why we have them.
We're gonna go to the shops after this. Gonna hit up the market.
Quench.
Going to Queens. Get to the street fair.
Why not Brooklyn?
I don't know. I don't remember where we were in New York, but when I went to when I went to New York, there was many times where we would see people like selling stuff on the street, and like a cop car would be like a mile away, and they would like pack up their like little portable setup and like hide it, and, like run away.
Really?
It was crazy. Yeah, there was one part where we went into like one of those like alleyway markets where there's all these like Asian people selling like imitation
so kind of like
purses and
China,
stuff.
yeah, there's definitely stuff like that in Chinatown.
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah, and I don't remember where we were. We could have been there. But I just remember I was with my aunt and my cousin, and they are like way into like high fashion and designer stuff.
Oh, so like getting that knockoff stuff that might be real.
Well,
Maybe.
Well, no. We went into one of those places and they knew like the code word, and they like look around to make sure no one's coming, and then they open up like a false wall, and you like go up.
What?
Yeah, dude. And you go up to these like upstairs rooms, and then they have the,
Where the
real stuff.
is?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So where it's not imitation?
It's not imitation.
and they're like selling it off the market?
yeah, dude. And
What?
it's like all like stolen or
that's
like
wild.
It was crazy.
How did How did they get into this?
Dude, I don't know, but it was
That's amazing.
It was really cool. It was really cool. Like, I'm not really into that kind of stuff. Like, I'm not into designers. Like, I'm into fashion. I like things that I think look good, but I'm not into like specific brands. I don't like branding on clothes really. But like, you know, his mom, my aunt, was like, you know, looking for like a purse or something like that. And man, you go up into these little rooms and it just felt kind of cool. Cause it's like, you know, if you were caught up there, nothing would happen to you. I mean, I guess maybe if you were buying it, you might get in trouble, but
Yeah.
you know, but it's like it's the vendor that would get in huge trouble. But it was pretty neat.
That's funny.
Tomorrow on the boys.
More illegal activity
Yep,
on the boys.
we're gonna shop.
Yep. Black market.
That's how we got to that story.
Yeah. We're actually gonna do it though.
Yeah, going to Queens.
Go to Queens. Join us.
Farewell.